Hello, it's Wednesday, my dudes, and I was thinking we could do some talking while I do my nails badly. I was going with this color. It's called Mr. Pistachio by Nail Kind. It's a vegan color, and then make some accents with this Wild and Mild called Elegant Fantasy. So my inner child has been having a temper tantrum over the no buying candy thing. She has been complaining and being angry and grumpy and all negative things, and it's stupid because when I didn't have this sort of thing, when I hadn't decided not to buy any candy, I had no issue being without candy. But as soon as I decided that I'm not gonna buy any this week, that's when everything goes all to hell, and I'm like, give me all the candy now. I need it, I want it, I deserve it. So yeah, I've been struggling a bit with that. I mean, it doesn't help that for me candy is sort of like my comforter. When other people get comforted by hugs and kisses from family, I get comforted by candy, and my inner child is raging and saying, well, what if we need comfort right now and the house is empty? Still haven't baked that apple pie that I said I was gonna bake. I'm going to have to bake it today, but still, it's like it's bothering me more because I said no. I don't know if the solution to that is once the week is over, because I am going to do it this week. I'm not going to give in no matter what. But I wonder if the solution is to just, instead of a week, just take a day at a time. But then I don't know if it would be better for the next time to just not make that kind of decision and just not buy. I don't know. It seems like when you put this kind of put your foot down and you go like, well, now this is going to stop now. That's when all the cravings and all the mental things come in and say like, oh no, we can't do this. Now I can never have candy, even though it's just a week. But now I really want candy this week, simply because you said we can't have any. No, I don't know how to deal with a child with a temper tantrum when that child is me, when I'm the one who has to feel that the effect of the tantrum. Like, it's easy to ignore a different child who's having a tantrum, but to ignore oneself when one is having a tantrum, it's more difficult because I'm the one who has to suffer from it, from the tantrum. At the same time, I need to teach myself that we can't always get what we want. So I'm like sitting here being the parent and the child all in one, suffering from both sides of the debate. I know it. I know I just want to buy all the candy and eat all the candy because I'm not allowed to. It's like that rebellious child inside of me that says, I need to. You tell me not to do something, then I'm going to do it. I was kind of a rebellious child when I was a little girl. When I didn't want to do something, I didn't do it, and nobody could make me. And when I did want to do something, I did it, even if I shouldn't have done it, you know? My mother once said that she hopes I get a child just like me one day, so I can see what it's like. Now I do have that child, and I am trying to parent this inner child, you know? It's just being an absolute pain in the ass. And considering the fact that I threw my inner child away many years ago, and she's been waiting there, down there in deep inside me, deep in a dark hole. She has way more patience than I do. I don't know what to do. The second thing I wanted to talk about is, since I decided that I'm gonna be done dating, you know, I'm not interested in dating anyone at the moment. I need to focus on myself and learning to love myself first. As soon as I decided that, okay, I'm done even looking at men in that way, that's when my self-confidence just rose by a ton. Simply because I decided that I don't care what other people think about me. The only thing that matters is what I think about myself. Now that I don't care what other people think, I also don't think I'm as ugly as I thought back then, before. It's a curious feeling to accept myself as I am. Yeah, so I'm not competing with other women, so I'm not comparing myself to other women either. And since I'm not looking for a man, that means I don't care about what other men think about me. Before, even a couple of months ago, when I sort of kind of had made the decision to not date, but not, you know, really made the decision not to date, that's when I still felt like I had to cover up my arms, and I was wearing hot clothes even when the full summer and in 30 degrees Celsius heat, and because I felt like I have to cover up my arm, I have to cover my fatness. This is a hard rock nails sort of thing to harden my nails, because I have super soft nails. I've always had super soft nails that just bend all over the place. Now that I don't care what anyone thinks about me, suddenly I think better of myself, which is a very, very odd feeling. And I'm happy that it happened like that, and I'm happy that I don't have to care about anyone else's opinion about my body. I've noticed that my depression is sort of starting up, in that I am way more tired now. I'm enjoying making plans with the girls and just focus on myself and friendship, and focus on my YouTube channel. I also got the invitation to the school interview. It's going to be Was it not next week's Wednesday, but the Wednesday after that? Look at this. Look at this. It's all over the place. This is what you get when you do it with your offhand. Let's place a dot over there and let it run down. I thought it was gonna run down into the back into the jar, but no. No, not at all. Why would it do that? Oh, for flip's sake. I just keep making messes. I'm so bad at this nail polish stuff. I don't know why, but I mean, I am. Ta-da! Random patterns. If you can see. I don't know if you can see. Voiceover Jess here. During the social rehabilitation group, we went to the old Castle Hill that is around here in Porvoo, and I decided to take a few clips for you guys so you could enjoy the old town of Porvoo while we walk. And the old hill where the fortress used to be no longer has the fortress. It's likely that the fortress was built sometime during the 700 to 900th era sometime, and it has been confirmed that there were old Iron Age things there, and there are also speculations that the fortress itself was in use during the Danish crusades during the 1191 and 1202, but there's no proper evidence for that. During excavations, they've actually found items like crossbow bolts and just little things like that. They've also found a German drinking glass thing that's dated to the middle of 1300. The holes in the ground are possibly cellars that were used back then. Porvoo was a trading city, so there were lots of boats coming in and out of the harbors there, and the church was close too. The moats and this very famous tree are basically the only things that still stand, and the tree has been pictured by a very famous painter, and it's kind of a heritage site. Finally working on my apple pie. I've got some butter and sugar and cinnamon with the apples, and this is the pie dough that's pre-made package. The best before date was in a month or two, so yeah, just gonna wait for all the liquid to evaporate, and yes, I do need to clean my stove. And when that is done, I'll put it in the pie and I'll put it in the oven. Ta-da! I put some almond crunch things that I found in the cupboard on it. Now it needs to rest. Yay, apple pie! Just got back from a walk with Houdini again, and so I'm a bit sweaty. I'm one of those people who mostly sweat from their forehead and, well, whole face really, and once it starts, it never stops. So yeah, and I sweat like waterfalls. But yeah, he found a friend, and I'm just again laughing at the thing where I, who am all like unsocial, it's not antisocial, I'm just not very social. And I got a dog who's extremely social, who makes friends with absolutely everyone. And yeah, so he found one friend on the way, and then he found a second friend on the way, and we stopped and talked, and I was forced to be social. Yay. Silly Houdini. I'm going to my sister tomorrow, so I'm going to be even more social, taking the pie with me. So, you know, if they like the pie, then I'm gonna leave it with them. So there's no pie to tempt me to eat it all. And I was going to tell you a story of what happened last week on Thursday. After talking with my friends, I had to walk home, and it was a very, very hot day, and I was sweating like crazy, and I had my sunburn, and I was all red in the face from the walking, and I had almost reached home, and and right outside my house there were two kids coming on not a skateboard, but the skateboard with the stick, right? So that you hold on to, whatever it's called. And one of the kids said "yaksa, yaksa," which kind of translates to "keep going" or "you can do it" or something. And my automatic first thought was, oh great, now there's like this kid who makes fun of me for being all tired and sweaty and fat. And almost right after that thought, there was a tiny little voice coming from inside me that said, no, he was just trying to cheer you on, you know. And I never had a chance to ask the kid, you know, were you trying to make fun of me or were you trying to cheer me on? So I am free to interpret his yaksa yaksa any way I want. And I decided that I'm gonna make it so that he was cheering me on instead of making fun of me. And it put a smile on my face, you know, like this little kid, he sees that I'm struggling and he was cheering me on and, you know, telling me to keep going. I can do it. I can get there. And, you know, I walked home smiling and I was happy the rest of the day from the support that this child gave me. I think it's a pity that my automatic thought was so negative when I had no evidence to say that he was trying to be negative or mean or anything. And I've always thought, you know, like, I wish someone would cheer me on when I'm walking on outside and sweating and huffing and puffing and feeling all tired. And there he was, a child who said, I mean, he wasn't a tiny child. He was in that age where, you know, they get a little bit nastier. That doesn't mean that I automatically should think that he means like something bad. Houdini, he's eaten and now he wants his snack. Vänta. Wait. Vänta. Yeah, I gotta go and give Houdini his snack. He's not gonna wait for long. So that's all I wanted to say. And on the weekend I'm going to make the video for the trauma, and I will see you with my weight loss video on Monday or Tuesday, one of those days. Okay, thank you for watching me, and please subscribe and leave a comment if you have anything to say. I would be very happy to hear from you. And yeah, bye. See you later. Bye. Thanks for stopping by. I love you.